Greetings and salutations. Second Star Right, back with more Football Manager 23. Transitioning from Raid Shadow Legends, I had to do 3 takes to get that intro correct, but we're sallying forth with Football Manager 23. On screen we have the Tottenham Hotspur, who I've chosen as my initial save for this beta. The game comes out November 8th, I think, but they allow you, if you buy the game ahead of time, you're in the beta, and they will actually let you continue your save after the game's released. Wonderful days that we're living in, right? So I am on top of the standings so far. I will take you a little rundown on what's happened since we last spoke, which is right before preseason. I have come in and completed the preseason, those 7 games. Watford, Grimsby, relatively easy games. Get squeaker past Norwich, Doncaster, a stinker against Udinese. I don't know what I did here. I was half asleep when I was playing, so I don't really remember, but it was not a good result. 2-0 over Galatasaray, and then an annihilation of Paris Saint-Germain at home, 4-1. So I'll take that result any day and twice on Sundays. Or Saturdays, as this case may be. So that gives me some confidence going into the season. I did have Liverpool coming in right away, which is a big test for a relatively untested tactic. I'm still feeling out the strengths and weaknesses of the team. I did not have a lot of confidence, in my head going in, but I didn't tell the players that, and I, always build up their confidence at every opportunity. So we did manage to come out with a 4-1 victory. And we'll just go through and watch the goals real quick. I didn't have the benefit, as you'll see here. My right side got decimated, right? Luis Diaz, I guess, was just having a field day over there. But my team performed admirably everywhere else. Young Sun Min came in and saved the day for the most part. But they're also playing their third string goalkeeper. Becker and Kelleher both out with injuries, so they had their third stringer in, and he didn't do any good. But look, their whole defense just crumbled on this particular day. And let's see how the goals performed. There's actually a really interesting goal that makes me wonder what Adrian's rushing out and eccentricity rating is. So Sun gets a nice crossover to Kulusevski, who slots into the corner expertly. That's his debut, so it's always nice to get a goal on the debut. Højbjerg with an unlikely header, I guess, but he was able to put that in the net. Here, Firmino just outruns everybody. What are you going to do? It's Firmino. Okay, then Young Sun Min comes in, feeds it over to himself off the rebound of Kane, and is able to put it right above Adrian's head. Kind of embarrassing. Here, Adrian is coming in. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know what he's doing, but he didn't do a very good job of it. So, his eccentricity in rushing out let him down, let's just say, in that particular area. So, 4-1 result over Liverpool. Great first game. Nice way to start the season. Maybe a little bit fortunate that their defensive line was having a bad day, and Adrian is third string for a reason. Okay, then I had to go into Man City. But before we go in there, let's talk about the team a little bit. Because I had to there's changes in between. I don't remember. I guess the change was made after this. Okay, so let's look at Man City first. The goal was just a place kick from Kevin De Bruyne. He just got it around the line and right past the goalkeeper. Not a big deal. For as hard fought battle as that is, to lose away at City on a free kick is just kind of disheartening, but we deserved it. I don't know what happened. Everyone stunk. Look at this. Our XG was 0.34 to their 2.38. So that we held them to one free kick is saying something for my defense, even though I don't know what we really can say for them. I guess we held possession. Maybe that was the only thing that was our saving grace. But just a disappointing game all around, and I had to kind of reevaluate after this. One bad result doesn't necessarily make you want to overturn your entire team, but I knew that some things had to. I did need some things. Well, I needed a backup to Kane, and I needed someone else to play Basuma's role, because he's the only player like on the team that has any type of creativity or juice going forward. Right? He's the only one, and even then, it's just 14 and 12. You know, in his long shots, 12 of 13. He's a mediocre threat at best. I mean, I trust him to hold down the midfield, but you know, he's not going to be a force on his own. But even then, no one else can do it. Bentancur's not going to do it. You know, he and Højbjerg are more, and Skip, Oliver Skip, who's on the bench. They're the brute squad, right? They're gonna, you know, win possession back. They're gonna dispossess. They're gonna tackle well, but they're not gonna really do anything to add to the attack. At least not enough. Like, I don't think they will. That was my feeling. So I went out and solved those two problems with the backup to Kane. I brought in John Kirkaburu. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but I'm going to assume that that's what it is. I remember him from FM23 as being a pretty good player. Solid all around and develops nicely. So I didn't even scout him. I just went out and bought him. He wasn't very expensive. Let's see. Let's go to my transfer history. Oh, actually, you know, it was right there, wasn't it? Oh well, it's okay. Inbox. Oh, transfers down here. Sorry, I forget the interface sometimes. All right, so transfer history. Kierkegaard, 20 million, 22.5. I put a little after 50 games, 2.5 million. Now, so I was able to get him for 20 million cash. I only had 30 million, if you recall, in my transfer kitty. And then I went out and I got Marcel Sabitzer. He was on the transfer list at Bayern, who they had picked him up for 17 from Leipzig 2 years ago. So I got him for 13.75. Like I said, I didn't have any money left, so I had to borrow from my payroll budget, and then put in a $7 million balloon payment in 50 games. But I'm not going to worry about 50 games from now, because I just needed someone to back him up, and I was running out of time, so I just went and I picked him up. And I think it's a good pickup. He's got 16 long shots. He's got some flair and some vision. I mean, it's mediocre, but he's not going to quit in the team. He's aggressive. He's got some stamina. These are all things that you really need in the midfield. Plus, penalty taking, in case we have some cup issues. It doesn't really help out anywhere else on special teams, but that's okay. He's going to be a good successor, or he can share the spotlight as the attacking part of the midfield three as we go forward, him and Bissouma. So I think that's a good investment. I generally don't buy old. I usually look for younger players that I'm going to develop, but I didn't have a lot of flexibility. For some reason, in their wisdom, if I can unfilter who's not at the club, they sent off Tanguy Ndombele, who could have been that role. He could have been that guy for me. But they loaned him out, and interestingly enough, though, he has a $32 million option to buy, so I could potentially come out if they do complete that purchase at the end of the year. That'll help me. Then I have Sabitzer playing the same role, and I've come out ahead dollar-wise, which is always nice. And I'll be able to invest it in some youth for next season. So we'll see what happens. Let's go back to the schedule, and we'll see. Aston Villa was my next game, and this was a good one. Sabitzer, I put him in to make his debut, or Charleston made his debut. Let's see here. Clement Lenglet, Frenchie over here, made his debut, and everyone performed admirably. The midfield worked exactly how I wanted it to work in this game, which was really, really helpful. And then I think I brought in Sessegnon came in as a sub, Kierkegaard, and I brought in someone else as a sub. Everyone played well. Let's see. Aston Villa was just annihilated. I don't know what happened to Aston Villa. They're not this bad, but they just did not have a good game all around. So I see 0.43 xg to my 1.53. I scored 4 goals with a 1.53 xg. I don't know how that math works out, but I will take it. All right, let's see the goals. All right, so Davies plays it to Richarlison, back to Davies, puts up to Kane, who at an extreme angle is able to get it into the opposite side of the net. I don't know how he snuck it by the near post there, but I will take it. Davies is dispossessed, gives it back to Richarlison, and Doherty with an unlikely header. I mean, Doherty's heading skill isn't bad, but I'm just going to chalk that kind of up to luck. Again, another near post failure by the goalie. What's up with that? Richarlison, that was an excellent curving finish. And then he follows it up again with another one. Kierkegaard gets it over to him, and he just puts it right over Martinez's head. 4 quick goals. I will take all of them. Thank you very much. So, moving forward, I think I'm kind of done in the transfer market. I have no more money. I can get in some loans, maybe. I don't know what I need. Other than fullback help, I have plenty of people to play in those positions. I just don't think any of them are very good. And Doherty is wanted by Everton, so if they can come up with the money, I'll think about it. Emerson Royal is who I'd probably rather start anyway. He's just injured right now. So, and I have Jed Spence is also able to play there, but he's not. I'm not a huge fan of that guy. He's fast, but that's about it. I'll refilter the not at clubs. Brandon Austin, Tanganga. I'm not a fan of him on the right. He's more. I think he'd be a better center back than he would be playing on the edge. I don't know. I definitely have issues with the depth of this team. Everyone, and even the starters, they're good, but the only world class is really Youngmin Son and Harry Kane. Everyone else, I feel like are really excellent role players. And maybe that's all it needs. Maybe if Harry Kane and Heung-min Son can carry out their late 20s into their early 30s at the top of their profession, I could have a chance. But I think now I'm just going to have to really pay attention to tactics, make the tweaks where they're necessary. As you can see, I individualized a lot of these. I really wanted Basuma and Savitzer. I think I personalized his as well. Yeah, he's better at box to box. So I used that as kind of like the base, but I added in the risks, shoot more often, and get further forward anyway, just to add some spice and just try to get him so he is more involved in the attack, which is why I have this position here to be more of a threat. Otherwise, we'd just be sitting back defending all the time, and that is not a whole lot of fun. Okay, so further updates as events warrant. I will play through another month or so, maybe some cup games, and I'll have an update there. And maybe after the transfer window, we will see what happens then. I don't know. I'm dissatisfied, right? I mean, you see the roster. I mean, I have weaknesses at both corners. Doherty, Perisic, Sessegnon, Emerson Royal, they're all decent, but I don't know how much I like them. And part of it is because I'm just not familiar with those players, right? I'm not Tottenham hangs on to their guys pretty tightly, I feel, in games. Like, even though I've played against them many times, I haven't played with these players a lot because they kind of stay with Tottenham. So, at least that's been my experience. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens. But I'm interested. We've had a really good start to the season, and I think if we just keep it going, I have 2 away games, and this is an alarm bell here. We played so bad away at City. I have to see what's going to happen when I have 3 of the next 4 games are away. So we'll find out in episode 3. All right. I appreciate you guys coming on for the ride with me. Please before you go, hit that subscribe button and comment and like and do all the things for the algorithm, as I'm really trying to find an audience for this channel. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Have fun and enjoy. All right, take care. Bye.